Hey y'all, this is Married to Medicine. I'm a little congested, so y'all stick with me, darlings. I swear I'm always sick. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so Married to Medicine. This is the last part of the reunion, part 3. So there's going to be a Married to Medicine LA. Interesting. Because the Real Housewives franchises, it started off with, I believe, Orange County. So it's interesting how Married to Medicine, they started a show like that in Atlanta first, and now they're venturing off to like bigger cities. So it's just interesting how that happened. But Married to Medicine, it's been doing well, and it's a solid show. So hey, I'll try it out. Married to Medicine LA. We're working on through. We're gonna see some of the Atlanta ladies on there. I guess they're gonna, kind of like introduce us to some of the LA ladies, etc. So it's gonna be interesting. It's coming out in March too. It's coming very quickly, so we'll see, child. I guess. Okay, so it started off with Greg and Quad. Greg and Quad are talking. Um, Instantly, the first thing I noticed is that it just seemed very much like Greg. That it just seemed very much like Quad was kind of like coming at Greg, like in a way. Um, it's almost like they was just like before Quad went out there. It's almost like they were like, "Okay, Quad, give us all you got, or give us all the tea. Give us, um, make it good TV." It kind of seemed like that because they were just talking calmly at first, and then I believe it was Quad that came out with the crazy questions and just saying things to get him riled up. Um, they talked about the whole club situation when Quad was just like she found Dr. G there. He was dancing with another woman in her mother face. And Dr. G said, "Well, child, you was there with another man, so what's the team?" Quad was just like, "Child, I was at a table with a bunch of people and all this kind of stuff." And I'm just like, "Quad." Andy asked, "Is the possibility of them getting back together?" Quad was just like, "Well, he's already dating other people. I'm not." Do I believe that? I mean, I guess it's possible. Whatever. Um, but he said that he wasn't dating other people, etc., etc. Child, we learned that there was some abusive situations in their marriage, child, and Dr. G says that Quad put out a knife on him. She was gonna cut him. She was gonna shank him. This group loved to pull out knives on people. Um, Y'all remember when Mariah made that homemade shank for Heavenly? She was gonna tell Heavenly something new. I was like, "Dear God in heaven, where's the class?" I used to pull out knives on people back when I was younger, like way younger. People used to bother me. I used to get bullied sometimes, growing up in the hood, etc., and at school, etc. So yeah, that was my. I was always just such a. I take everything in, but when I explode, and it's a wrap. And I'm just trying to take everybody out. Men, women, and children. And if you got a little puppy, you better get Cujo out my way as well. I used to just go in my grandma's kitchen, get them knives, and I've never actually cut anybody, darlings. It was just something, they stopped me before it get to that moment. I probably wasn't gonna do that. I was just mad and crying and upset and dramatic as hell. I just wanted people to leave me alone. I don't bother nobody. I never have. Leave me alone. Why is you picking on me? I stopped doing it though. As I got old, I was just like, "Ooh, girl, you got to stop this. You can go to jail. Ooh, you got to stop this." So I stopped naturally. So yeah. So moving on. Yeah, child. I mean, It's unfortunate, it's messed up, it's wrong, but it happens. Hell, siblings fight each other all the time. Male brothers, sisters, brother sisters, cousins, male or female. I mean, some of your first fights you had growing up was with your cousins and with your siblings. Hell, some people be out here knocking their mama up against the wall. Now them people going to hell for real. But yeah. I mean, it happens. It's just one of those things. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's one of those days when the sun is shining bright, shining bright. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What are those days? Yeah. Tonight it's all about me. Just gonna set my body free. Never mind the TV. Tonight I'm gonna let the little TV watch me. Hey, come on, Nip. R.I.P. So yeah. He talked about how Quad said that Greg lied about the fact that the whole having sex in their marriage and all the situation. She said that he could not get an erection for her, so she knew that he was cheating then or doing something, or maybe it was just broke. Quad, dick's break. Maybe maybe that man was tired. Maybe after working at a cold hospital all night, he was still cold, so it wouldn't rise. Who knows the situation? That man, plus that man is 102. He way older than you. Not saying that any of those is actually a factor in this situation. I don't know. But, yeah, or, he might like something else. Okay, so we're gonna move on. But their whole situation, Greg and Quad's segment, it got to a point where it just got very serious, and it got kind of emotional, and I got kind of emotional, oddly. In general, I just want to see everybody do well and be happy. But I never really cared much about Quad and Gregory's relationship. Even though, I wanted their marriage to work and all that good stuff. But I just never really cared in terms of, I guess, trying to make them get together and stay together. And obviously the other castmates didn't either. So yeah, with that. But, it got to a point where I was really saying in my mind, I was just like, oh my gosh, I want them to work it out. He told Quad that, regardless of whatever, I've messed up, you've messed up. He said that I was never... That kind of got me a little sad when he said, excuse me. He said that no matter what I did, it just seemed like I was never good enough for you. Nothing I did was ever good enough. And I was just like, oh, it's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I think that Greg has hurt Quad a lot. But sometimes I feel like Quad is really in denial on the stuff that she do. That she contributes. It is what it is. They wasn't in love, but it wasn't love at first sight. It was a situation where hey, I need a little young pretty thing on my side, And when it comes to her, she was like, hey, you cool or whatever, you the homie. Oh, you a doctor? All right, cha-ching. So it was both, they both benefited. Just it is what it is. It wasn't a situation out of love. I think they grew to love each other. But it wasn't no love at first sight situation, nothing like that. But with that said, does that even exist anymore? Love at first sight? Was that ever a real thing? Who knows? I don't know. The whole time they have the other castmates backstage watching the whole thing. Quad, she was having a hard time basically just telling Greg that she loves him. She was just like, he don't deserve it. He don't deserve it. And she didn't tell him. She didn't tell him that I love you or whatever. But that's what she meant. Went backstage, was hugging Heavenly and Jackie, talking about the whole situation, and hopefully they can be friends, and all that stuff. And she still very much so loves Greg, and that's nice to see. So I got back out there. All the ladies was out there along with their husbands. And, Contessa, she was like, I would have never encouraged them staying together once it got physical. Mariah was just like, well, we really need to watch what we say because he never said that he did this to her and all that kind of stuff. And they played it back. They both agreed to hitting each other. So Mariah stopped. Any chance that Mariah gets to come for Quad, she's going to take it. Any chance that Quad gets to come for Mariah, she's going to take it. That's just how their relationship is. So yeah, that happened, and Mariah Heavenly, she was just like, I never support a man hitting a woman and all that stuff. Very true, Heavenly. But just watching Heavenly, and watching her after shows, which I love, by the way. I think she's funny as hell. I really like Heavenly, but Heavenly has a strict mindset when it comes to certain things that a man should be doing and certain things a woman should be doing. A man's supposed to act like this. A woman's supposed to act like this. She's very much so that person. In which I get it, but Heavenly, however Heavenly was raised, however she was raised to think, that's how she thinks. And she's not willing to change it. A man is supposed to be this way all the time. A woman is supposed to be this way all the time. That's just how she is. There's no blurring the lines. There's no splitting the shifts. There's no switching places. None of that. She's very boom, 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 boom. It's just the person that she is. Which can sometimes come off a little offensively. But once again, that's just who she is. So what's the point of arguing with her, right? What else happened? Quad came back out there and she apologized to the group. She was just like, I'm sorry for everything. And I'm sorry for shutting y'all out. I just had to deal with things the way that I wanted to deal with them, and I apologize. Quad's whole side of the couch, Contessa, Heavenly, Jackie, they was cool. The other side of the couch, rolling their eyes, making faces, Mariah, Simone, and Toya. I was like, Lord, whatever. I wouldn't apologize. Forget y'all. Seriously. What else happened, ladies and gents? They got on some fun shade. That was funny to see. They got on, somebody tweeted in and said that Toya, your man got you a diamonds and you bought him a coochie voucher. Scream. She was like, oh, her coochie's priceless, all this other kind of stuff. And Contessa said, that's old news, child. That thing gonna wash it up. Beat up, stretched out. And, it was funny to see all that. They got on Mariah. That's why I say these producers are whoever hates Mariah. They always show the worst parts of Mariah. They showed Mariah when she said that Aiden had an ugly girlfriend before her that kind of looked like Heavenly. And Heavenly was just like, I didn't like none of Damon's girlfriends either. Why is they calling me? I said, yeah, I didn't like none of Damon's girlfriends either. I thought it was all ugly, etc. It was good to see that Heavenly did not feed into the little drama with, with what Mariah said, because that would have been a whole nother argument, right? Who got time for that? Okay, so what else going on? Let's see. They got on Toya in the whole wine display thing situation. Apparently Toya, she still has Toya still has her 2-story closet. They said that they felt like it was necessary or something. They said, I'm like, y'all stop lying to this child, but whatever. Y'all know Toya, she ain't got nothing else to do. What else happened? She says that she don't have her whole little big wine case display situation, but she, has like a little small display of wines, and I don't understand the point in having that. I mean, that's nice and cute and fancy to look at, but y'all, who's drinking that much wine all the time? I mean, I guess some people do, and I like wine, but what's the point in a wine room? And child, okay, they got on the whole debt situation. Child, Toya and Contessa started to get into it. The whole thing is this, pretty much. Contessa, you're wrong to think that Toya hit you on purpose. She didn't. But like Contessa said, that, everything you've given me, I've given back to you, and that's the whole thing. Toya was shady to Contessa the whole time when they went on the trip. Toya started with Contessa, and now Contessa just keeping the shit going. Now, I wish Contessa would let certain things go, but, now we see it. Once you start messing with Contessa, she gonna keep going until she's tired, and then she's just gonna let it go at some point. They was going back and forth. Toya talking about they got on Quad and Toya relationship, and Quad, she was just like, yeah, our relationship is not like it once was. Toya was just like, yeah, but me and Quad really are like sisters. Like when she's always there for me when I really need her. She always comes to my defense. I'm like, yeah, Toya, but this is the same woman that you want to kick off the show pretty much by telling her that you don't want her on any other couples trips. Why would you want to go anyway? Like, I can slightly understand if it was a new single woman coming into the trip, going on the couples trips. But seeing as how Quad has been there since the beginning, just like you have, I don't understand the issue. Y'all know her, so what's the problem? Don't nobody want none of y'all husbands. Believe me. So it's just like, child, what are we saying? Why you want to be around my husband? Toya, don't nobody even want to be around you. Are you serious? Oh, but that's my sister. Your same sister you want to kick off the show. Child, please. A mess. It was just going back and forth, etc. Quad was just like, y'all, she told Toya, just love on me a little bit and I'll let you in to what's going on with her. Toya didn't believe her. Do I believe Quad? I just think Quad is the kind of person that likes to deal with things on her own, and she don't want nobody to feel sorry for her. And she's one of those people that throws herself into work rather than dealing with her own feelings. And then, giving people the opportunity. When you let people in, that also gives them free reign to say whatever about you and make up stories and tell other people. Even if you tell them not to say nothing, that don't mean nothing. I mean, hell, you can't control what grown people do. So, do I think that Quad means that if you love on her, she's going to let you in? I just think that everybody knows the people that they're dealing with, and they're all going to tell whatever person they feel the most comfortable with. That's the person they're going to tell their intimate details with. Which it looks like it'd be Jackie. Jackie did say something. She said something like, um, I knew the whole situation with Toya versus Simone, and Toya versus Quad, and Quad versus Simone. I knew they was gonna get back right. You know, it's like sisters. They both have a relationship. Now, she didn't mention Mariah at all. Jackie don't like Mariah. I could totally tell that. It's so sad because Mariah and Quad has the longest history, and it's just like they just have no relationship at all anymore. It's really sad. I'm like, damn. Toya said her and Contessa are not friends. She's been mean. She's been coming at her and being mean to her and all that. Like I said, Toya, you started it. But like I also said, I want Contessa to let it go. Contessa don't know how to let stuff go. I really, really like Contessa. But, you know, she has terrible timing when it comes to reads and shading. Y'all can be on to something else. Contessa bring up something that happened 2 hours ago and shade you. Be like, Contessa, where the hell was your head at back then when we was arguing? I done forgot about the whole thing. What's going on, sis? Oh yeah, Contessa get that timing together, Contessa. Contessa said, Toya, don't run no show. You know, who the hell is she? Whoop to whoop, all that good stuff, and I agree. Contessa's not interested in, you know, being best friends, I don't think, with any of these ladies because she already got her own set of friends. She says one of her best friends is on Married to Medicine LA. So maybe we'll see Contessa a lot on Married to Medicine LA. Who knows, child? I don't blame you, child. Keep that circle small, child. But it's just a mess. It's just a mess. This show can go in many different directions next season, but I'm very excited to find out what LA is going to give, and also even more excited to find out what Married to Medicine Atlanta is going to give. You know, the future seasons, child, it's going to be something else. Let me see if I missed anything, darlings. I don't think I did. They asked Toya why was she shady to Contessa over the phone and all that. She was just like, oh, that was Heavenly. Heavenly made that phone call, and you know, Heavenly was trying to be messy, but Heavenly couldn't control what was coming out of your mouth, Toya. You did all that on your own. So what are we saying? What are we saying? I don't know. I don't necessarily want Toya and Contessa to argue again next season about the same stuff because it's gonna get old. Find something else to do. But yeah, so you know, they were both in the wrong in different situations. But like I said, I mean, Toya started it. I mean, if you don't want it to keep going, then you shouldn't have started it. I'm sure she didn't think that Contessa was this way though. But child, Contessa's here for the pettiness now. We can see. Somebody that whispered in Contessa's ear told her to step it up. Somebody that whispered in Simone's ear and told her, hey, create a storyline because you're bored this season, do something. And she just took on Toya's beef and whoop to whoop. So we gonna see, child. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at Iskinsworld on Instagram and Twitter. At Iskinsworld89 on Snapchat. Chase King on Facebook. Mr. Chalaki on Cash App and PayPal. Run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys later, darling. Stay tuned. My Real Housewives of Atlanta review is coming up next, darling. Next. Guys, thank you for watching Married to Medicine with me this season. It's been a fun one. It's been a ride, darling.